The cry from born gifted another maker honor that the world really thinks she's only a female, but I'm born to be a maker. Greatness my be. I am power to be anything. I am more than this. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I can be anything if I just believe in me. Come on, baby, sing with me. Good morning, afternoon, good evening. Alexa, welcome to Freedom FM 87.9 FM, Freedom Radio Liberia. And of course, we're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Monrovia. However, when you're joining us, I'd like to welcome to another presentation of Women's Spotlight. Another Wednesday, another week. And of course, we're still in May. I also like to use this time to say Happy Mother's Month to all our mothers out there. This gone Sunday, scores of Liberians celebrated Mother's Day. Given that we're still in May, I would like to say Happy Mother's Month because for me, every day is a Mother's Day. My name is Princess Elexa Vanjahkollie, and of course, I'd like to welcome you again as we present the best Women's Spotlight has to offer. This program is proudly sponsored by Crime Stoppers Liberia. Do not take the laws into your own hands. As we always say, make sure you reach out to law enforcement officers, okay? Whatever happens in your community, wherever you are, just know that you cannot take the laws into your very own hands because at the end of the day, I mean, that's not something that's okay. That's not something, a good citizen would do. So make sure you reach out to law enforcement officers. Today is a little bit different. As you all know, in the time past, we have always created a space for the pageant community in Liberia. And at a point in time, we had some international guests from the pageant world. So we're back again, featuring different issues that have to do with the pageant community in Liberia. So today we're going to basically play host to I think one person is already here, but we're going to play host to amazing people from the pageant community. If you can record, there was a temporary, I would like to call that, suspension on pageant in the country, and people did not continue pageants in the country, but we're going to talk about that a little bit, and after that we're going to obviously get back to why we're here. I remember something I saw on the social media, and I think I actually saved us. I would like to read that a little bit before we take a very short break, and then when we get back, we go to our studio guests. One person is already here. We're supposed to have two persons with us today, and we're just supposed to talk about, we're supposed to talk about, or we should be talking about, what's happening there, because a lot of young people thought their dreams were shattered, especially young girls and boys who were in pageant, a lot of them thought that was obviously the end. But our guests will be telling you, obviously, that's not the end because everything is back and you're going to have different, pageant. You're going to have different competitions across the country. And yeah, you have young people to compete. You have young boys, young girls to compete. And that's exactly why we're here today. But I would like to say something about what I saw on the social media. And this is something I remember last Wednesday I was telling you. As a guy, do not, do not resort to violence, especially when it comes to your spouse, when it comes to someone you consider your girlfriend, your wife, or, do not abuse women. Do not. And last week we had a situation where a young girl, I think a 23-year-old girl, was beaten to death by her boyfriend. That was very devastating. Her uncle had, taken the social media, Facebook to be precise, and he had taken Facebook to call on everybody who has, a platform, everybody who has a voice to actually speak against it, to also, seek justice for his niece who had just died. And that was something that was not really, really okay. And it is really sad. And earlier this morning, just before I got ready for work, I saw another thing again on Facebook about one John Tanu who had allegedly used a hammer. You know what the people use to nail wood or whatever it is. According to this information, John Tanu allegedly used a hammer to attack his girlfriend. And his girlfriend in question, Couple Masalis, said she had told him she didn't want the relationship. In other words, she doesn't want this relationship. And it got him angry, it got him mad, it got him agitated, and he thought the best way to have gone, about it was to abuse this young lady. I cannot show you how she looks. Her head is, bandaged and all these different things. This is really, really crazy. Because the strength you have as a man, I think that's something that should be used to maybe chop woods or to cut palm if you're not able to do any other work. But to get to a point where you're using your strength on a woman, that's crazy. Very crazy. Maybe you should go to join the armed forces of Liberia or the national police, or you should join some sort of a security firm because you have strength. And that strength should not be displayed, should not be used on a woman. It is not a good thing at all. Because at the end of the day, you're going to kill somebody's daughter. At the end of the day, you're going to hurt somebody's daughter so bad that these scars are going to be there forever, and those scars are not going to go away. That's basically what's happening. And it has become a trend. It has become a trend. Here we discourage these things. Okay? Sexual gender based violence is not a good thing. Gender based violence is not a good thing. Intimate partner violence is not a good thing. So just these two cases, it has something to do with their boyfriends respectively. So this is an intimate partner violence, which is not a good thing. So please, ladies, again, I said this last week, I'm saying it now. If you're in a relationship with a guy and this guy tries to be violent with you, this guy tries to be violent with you, please walk away. Yeah, I know Joseph Boy can say gonna creating new this and new that. Many plenty gonna create plenty many already yet. Okay? So do not be like, oh, this is my man, or you have the trauma bonding because sometimes you have bonded with this person so much and you cannot imagine your life without this person. You cannot imagine just living a day. But then you're there, you're being abused. Okay? Every day you're being used as a punching bag. Every day you're being used as a wheelbarrow that someone is riding, and you get out, your friends will ask you, hey, Alexa, what's up? You say, I nod my head down on the stairs. Hi. How is that even possible? So please stay away from violent relationships. Stay away from violent relationships. There are men who project their insecurities on women because they're weak emotionally, they don't know how to go about it. So they're going to use you instead. And that is not a good thing. Men, stop using women as your punching bags. They're not. We're made special. We're beautiful people. And in case you saw my skin looking shiny, the milk. When you just be Nike now, I looking at that capping up sharp to you, I looking at that wood to you. That's crazy. So let's get rid of that, okay? We'll continue to talk about these things, whether you like to hear or not. And this is not only about young women roles. They got some old puppy, they even get correct. Then they say they won't beat your old money. I I won't say want to slap you because I'm saying no to violence. But you're old and you want to show like you are the man, you're strong enough, so you want to beat on your woman. That's crazy. So this is for people at every level, whether you're in your 50s, your 70s, your 60s, or your 40s or 20s, whatever it is, whatever age range you're in, say no to violence. Okay, it is not a good thing. Do not sit there and be, I love this man, so I'm just going to bear it. You're going to be bearing that until you're in your grave. And when you get in your grave, you're not there to talk about anything. And also to guys, we have some ladies who are very strong and they also hit on their man. If any guy of yours or a wife of yours hits on, please don't say amen. So I don't want to report it because it is something that's really, really shameful. And my friends will say I'm weak and all that kind of thing. And you are not weak. If somebody beating you, report it so we can talk about it. Where can you be staying in silence until the day you die? So please. So we're listening to Crap Summers like there today. My producer is not here, or DJ Mavis is here to assist me in the process of presenting this show. So we're going to have to listen to Crown Stuffers Liberia. And after that, we'll get strictly into our guests. I'm told they're here already. The two guests are here. So we're going to have a conversation with them.
Stop a library, community craft by fun. Don't take the law. Remember, if you see a craft, report it. This is a message from your full step over, open sense.
I'm feeling wax with original.com. Hello, everyone. As in
Would like to say welcome back to the Women's Spotlight. Earlier you joined me, I would like to welcome to 87.9 FM. And of course, we're coming live from the nation's capital, Monrovia. And the program is Women's Spotlight. We now have our studio guests with us, so we'd like to go straight to them. Hi.
good afternoon. Hi.
Doing good. Okay. It's been a long time since we had anyone been based here. I think the last time was December. Was that December? Yeah, it was December. But it is good to have all of you back. It's good to have everything that happens in this pageant back. I'd like to go to all of you to do your introduction individually, and yeah, everybody, anybody can start.
Oh, okay, the three ladies first. So, Camila Lady Williams, and I'm the vice president of the Passion Trade Union.
Okay.
Okay, so Tamara Aji by Harris and Secretary General for the Pageant Union.
How has it been? I mean, all of you have been, and haven't seen all the hot events we usually see when it comes to pageants in the country. So how has it been? The last time I checked, I like to say it was temporarily suspended because you had a new, agency or authority that is now responsible for that because it's something called the Ministry of Information. So let's talk about it all the time. We have that break.
Okay, so just see something interesting. So like you said, it was put on hold and everybody was confused, concerned, but behind the scenes, they've been working tirelessly to get which is the LNTA to kind of give a statement and to just lift it because mind you, pageant is one of the creative things that really provide not just opportunities but lift women,
Go ahead.
uplift women as it's a platform that is not just about beauty but also a leadership platform. So it's certainly alarming that it was hold for the longest time possible. So we all had to decide because it's government and we had to work with our whatever government says. We also as partners and stakeholders, we have a major role, we have a major role to play. But now I think a couple of days ago it ended and we are glad. But one thing I can say is that the pageant union has been actively involved in team in kind of like advocating and just having different meetings towards the process. And I think right now we are everything is so where we can, officially we are ready to just get women and men, but also to just change the narrative in terms of the entire social system.
Madam Vice.
Thank you. Like you said,
Ano, umuwi ko.
we like to call it era or the pageant Liberia, because there are a lot of things, like you said, we have been working on behind the scenes, trying to see how we could work with is to come up with new policies that are different every pageant within Liberia. And this policy are good in terms of protecting or the contestants and organizers as well, so that we can try our best to get on the global stage where we used to be, because we all know how it is. Everyone gets more money and they start a pageant. So, this new era, we are encouraging people to follow the policy, make sure that you get your pageant registered, make sure you get your permit from your NTA to bring about this event, because it's also an umbrella that has everyone. So if the pageant is not registered and then you go ahead to host the pageant, if something comes up from more from it, there's people or speaker authority that wants to use to hold that particular organizer to live up to the promises we have made to contestants.
So the like national person is coming. I mean, has been your fun, is okay. And a lot of people are actually concerned because people follow patterns in this country. You have different, franchises, and one minute you have Miss Freedom FM, the next minute you have Miss what would this be? You had a lot of different pageants, and to some extent, some of the pageants were somehow similar. You know, so I know probably some of the reasons as to why you had a temporary suspension, but there are people listening to like to hear from you. You are the Secretary General of the Pageantry Union with Vice President. So what exactly were the major reasons as to why this entire thing was suspended?
So most definitely, like one of the major reasons was the fact that also make sure that change the narrative because now you can have a pattern where contesting cannot meet up the criteria.
Mhm.
Now, if we're having a national representative, also because we want somebody that can represent Liberia better internationally. So there are times where contestants or going to a video online, all of the things get the attention of the ministry, and they're like, listen, they put a whole tweet, and we see cost stakeholders come together and say, how can we make this better? How can we make that will represent Liberia nationally? So I think one of the major reasons.
And I think the pageant plays a major role to promoting. Most of the time, people go to the Philippines, people want to go to Thailand, people want to go to Colombia, and you just to see how those countries represent their country very well. Like they show light on where they are coming from, and I think that's one of the directions LNTA to go through and see how best they can use pageant as a means of promoting tourism since they are now becoming.
So you're leading this community, and you have a lot of women in your voice as well who will be like, "Hi, what's happening?" So how did you actually react to this entire thing prior to entire, those being lifted just a few days ago? Because I know young women were preparing. I even know Miss Fashion because I had hosted them prior to this temporary suspension. So how did they actually feel what was the action? Did it feel like, oh, they're doing it, they won't do their thing again? Like, what exactly was it? You have stakeholders, you have actors, and then you have people like the ordinary people who are just there because in politics, they're just here. to listen to, hey, what the news is and how are we going to receive this news. So tell me about it. What exactly was it like? They were accusing you of
Yeah, it wasn't easy, and because still, kind of in this environment, it was kind of hard because there are some who are registered and there are some that just go about doing the regular thing,
oh
and we
yeah.
already know they are in the process of their passion, so it was an easy blow for them.
Uh,
And the thing about entertainment, it has spirit and it has someone like it's awakening and then people look forward to it. All of a sudden it shut down. It becomes a problem for the organizer because it also creates the momentum of the event and all of
yeah.
that. So behind the scene, our work was to encourage those organizers to be patient. It wasn't easy, so we kept on encouraging them to be patient until the right thing is. Even myself, I had to go forward to my event as well. So it wasn't easy for everyone, of course, but we saw the direction LNTA was driving, so we decided to be patient and make sure that the rating is done so that we all can see the pageant truly born in Liberia.
Mr. Secretary, have you listened to that?
I'll be honest, the contestants were frustrated
Yeah.
because, to be honest, the venue came unexpectedly. I'll be very honest, the union was not consulted. We saw it online, and for me, I was
Wow.
shocked. I'm gonna be honest. But then
Yeah.
when we had a consultation with LNT, they had to tell like, no, this is not political. This is we're not against you, but this is the reason that this happened. We
Hmm.
want this to be right. But contestants were very furious because I am a professional passion coach. And
You
I'm
know, they
literally,
also try to
you
oppose
know,
saying, yeah, yeah,
in the contestant, they motivated because now you can tell somebody was supposed to put nothing, they won't
yeah,
sponsor you. And those who have franchises, they are also losing partnership because
yes.
listen, my passion should be for 4 months time,
Hmm.
and it's almost 3 months, nothing happening. 3 months,
Nothing.
nothing happening. So it's like people withdrawing. So it was difficult. But at the end of the day, it's always important that the right thing is done, and we're glad that the ban has been lifted, and we're looking forward to everything possible with
Yay!
that.
Because I want to start wearing my nice dresses. For real. Because I missed it as well. And I was like, whoa. I also saw that online, even though I have, some of my friends and some people who try to give us pieces of information because we're on the media. And I was like, whoa, like, how is this going to be received? Because people should be able to have clues, especially stakeholders. Because without all of you, we wouldn't have any pageants in Liberia at all. For real, we wouldn't have anything. So imagine original stakeholders, people who are, into organizing these different events. And this thing is not just about organizing events. This is also about promoting tourism, as you said. Because if you're having a passion about culture, obviously that is something that's going to be broadcast to the world. People are going to know about the cultures, different cultures in our country, and how these people are representing our country, the heritage, and all those different things. So that was really, really like a very big blow
Yeah.
to all of you, and the fact that at this point, at least, I know that they're getting preparing the boys. Yeah, I mean, I know everybody is happy at this point in time, and also sponsors because people also look forward to these events to be able to brand their different businesses. Some of the people who get on board as partners or sponsors. So that's a good thing. We want to move to something else now that this is a new era, as you said earlier on. Like, what exactly do we expect? Do we expect the same things? Because yaka, I would not say it's really overwhelming because I remember who there's some people in here, but that's okay. There's this thing about representation. I mean, real representation. That is, you have Alexa, for example, representing like you're on the international stage, and there are people back home who complain that this person is not competent enough. This person doesn't have what it takes to represent the entire country. And that has become a problem as well because I think we should be able to uplift young women who have the courage to say, hey, I want to be here. And sometimes they won't even get the sponsorship from people back home,
Mm.
but because they're so passionate about it, they want to go there and do their things. So, are you guys going to address these different things now that we're in a new era, or is it still going to be the same thing where you have, people bullying queens that are representing us internationally, and all these different things?
So it is not an easy thing. Because Liberia is way back for now, and we are
Therefore,
trying.
so we're back.
We went back. We used to be there, but we went back. And the challenges are such that not many people are going out for international franchise. So we wouldn't blame some of those parents that are taking on the responsibility to go and represent the country because they are doing it or self-funded. So that's one thing we should look at to LNT and see how best they can partner with some of these national directors to see how best they can organize an international franchise
Yeah.
so that it can be on a fair basis where we go for audition, people go in audition to represent the country for international pageant. But anyone with the pageant will just stay at home and then go online and register for international pageant because what they want to go but there are no much opportunity, so they have to take up a responsibility for themselves. But coming to pageant that will be hosted or in Liberia, have put in a policy that we want to crown certain standard of points. So we are straight on the height requirement for certain pageant because
Mhm.
you don't want to host Miss Maserati is short, and Miss Liberia has certain
Oh,
height
I have a good
requirement.
answer. Hey, yeah, of course.
So we're trying to see how best we can balance those things so that we don't face problem when it comes to the national pageant. Because at the end of the day, Miss Liberia is like the umbrella for
Oh,
all
it
other
is.
pageants. So we are having a way that we make it to that standard. And the pageant for young president, plus other areas in the industry that Moline, Jabu, Zubin Cooper, and the rest of the other team, they have been trying their best so that we reach out to as much international pageant this year so that we can get to where we want to be ourselves in the pageant industry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So before I proceed, let's just say the union we have leadership, and most definitely for us to be here today, for us to be fully included with ONT, leadership has really been trying. Obviously, the president Molin Jago and our big man Zubin Cooper, I think you know he's been in leadership for the longest.
Yeah.
These people have been behind the scenes trying effortlessly to make us where we are right now, in terms of the blame being lifted. Yeah, obviously we want to change the narrative. We want for somebody to represent Liberia that we see as Miss Liberia, we know that she's going out there to represent us to all letters. So that means also we need support, sponsorship, because for example, Alexa, when we don't have sponsors or when the prices are not good, like for example when the Queen wins and she does not have enough support, people that like that.
Oh
You have
no.
somebody that is into every to compete, serious to compete because at the end of
I
the
feel you
day
for it.
people feel like, I've passed that stage, and what I'm getting when I win, what is support. So now it's not just about the pageant organizer, but also the ministry, and that's why the pageant union is really trying hard because now we as the union, when we have the opportunity or the power, we're able to kind of like say, listen, we think because most of us like in the union been to international pageant. I've been international, I've been to international pageant, she's been there.
Yeah.
And so we have these experiences. Then when we bring our idea, the listen, let's listen to the people. They've been there with it, know how it work. Once they can be able to collaborate to that extent, then you will see that people like Alexa, people like her, Canel, Camille can want to contest because when we contest, we know this is a leadership platform. And you
Yeah.
can't like say no bargaining. I just, definitely.
Yeah,
Then
for
that is
real.
the morale will be higher.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Miss Liberia. You don't have to even active,
Mhm.
So definitely that's it.
No, of course, I agree with you because some of the international pageants you're going to watch from afar, you see these people are professional people, you
Mhm.
know. So I am a doctor, for example, but I have what it takes to go for an international pageant to represent my country. Obviously, I'm going to be there. It is not just about representation because you need to know what you're getting. If
Yes.
you're leaving your work as a doctor, if I am leaving my work as a media practitioner to go and represent my country, I know exactly that I got to get
Most
the platform I'm getting is not just about the price, but you discuss partnership as well. You know that you're going to connect with the right people and you're going to get something. But if you take your little TV, the little TV that inside here, I mean, I'm not going to go nowhere because I know I can buy that TV with my little salary, you know. So I'm not going to like put my all in it because I know it is not going to take me anywhere. And I agree also with you when you said that it goes back to the Liberia Tourism, National Tourism Authority as well, because now that they're working on having this thing to have international standards, it shouldn't be just a name, because I know they control. We can talk all the five continents. At the end of the day, it is just on
Mm.
paper, but when it comes to implementation, you have to get about it like you're on your. So I hope all these things that are being discussed, and the fact that you have young women and young boys to actually wait, because you're having conversations with the stakeholders and discussing policy that will also protect the organizers as well as the contestants. I hope this is something that will materialize, and this is something that will also be very fruitful to have everybody to benefit equally to some extent. Because if it doesn't happen, then we'll still go back to square zero. We're going to go back to square zero where anybody can just come and do that. How they call it thing. Jesus. Yeah, community passion. It'd be crazy. So, if you're listening to us, you are listening to Freedom 87.9 FM, and of course, it is the program. I'm sorry, I almost said Freedom Up. It is the program with Miss Spotlight. So, please make sure you play the Freedom Win Liberia Cash giveaway. I have Mavis here with me. He gave me some kind of app on it. So, star 255 *1# play with the 100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents and stand a chance to win from 5,000 Liberian dollars to 10,000 Liberian dollars. Also, if you're using orange money, make sure you dial *255*6# play with 100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents as well, and stand a chance to win 5,000 to 10,000. Do not mind that we're a lot of different talks. Make sure you play, because Matt is here to give you money and continue to play. Yeah. The more you play, the better your chance is to win. So continue to play Freedom Win Liberia Cash giveaway. Now we'll go back to you. We're still on the new era. So when do we see the next pageant? Because I can't wait for it. When? When? You're talking
As
to us. When?
currently, what I would say, there are two active pageants that was happening before the ban.
Okay.
I mean, like pageant that I know of, to as the secretary for the pageant, yeah,
Okay.
as a
Big man.
massive thing.
Big man.
So I knew of the Miss Inter University and that of Mr.
Yes.
Earth.
Yes, I knew about that
But
one.
they have all of community pageants. So Miss Inter University did a release statement. They have comments probably at the head coach, so I know.
Olha, bota mesmo ninguém. Wow.
Also, Mr. Earth as well, they both have release statements.
Yeah.
Also, Miss Maserati, may have seen that too now. Ah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
so
yeah.
actively we're focusing on three pageants
Rare,
now.
yes.
So two were already been planned. Yeah,
Mhm.
I followed Miss Inter University Liberia as well. I also followed
Mhm.
Mr. Urban International because they were here. We had a conversation as well. So I saw the different releases from the
Oh,
two.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
So
most definitely you can expect finale very soon to come out of July.
hi,
Very
I
soon.
even
we're in for it, but see things and
Mhm.
hear things.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, that's a good thing. So far, what do you think you're most proud of? The fact that you've come this far, as leaders. We're discussing it as leaders, not as a pageant coach or as also someone who has a franchise. No, but as leaders, how do you feel about all these things that are happening, and how far you've come? Like, what's the best word to describe, or what's the best phrase to describe how far you've come?
I most definitely see becoming because honestly, when this new era started, I had so much doubt. I won't lie to you
Hmm.
because there's so much like pushback in terms of the
Yeah.
last era and so much frustration. But leadership of the youth have really tried. I mean, we will not see everything, but I know how much emails were sent, how much communication was sent, how people were frustrated. And this is me being very honest. How people were frustrated, how people want to release statements, but we still believe in the process. And for the down to be lifted, I feel like we're becoming, we having accomplished, we're becoming. And I myself, as a person, as a leader, looking forward to what we're becoming too. And what I like to say is that the fact that they're able to listen, and they're able to listen, they're able to kind of have conversation.
Hmm.
How can we make this happen? How can get you guys involved. How can we see that the union? Because now the union is the one who's literally into all the
Oh
pageantry.
yeah.
So if we get involved,
Yeah, it is. It is.
that's
Yes.
thank
As the
you.
Congo book is
Honestly,
saying.
so no, honestly,
It
because
is
now
good.
if fashion is being held, people from the office not coming go look for kind of fashion is not registered.
No.
The union are the
Yeah.
ones who are gonna say this we cannot
You
host
guys
that.
are doing all the work.
I can come and say the so you know me, I always do all these pageants. But it happening there, I know it's not listening. It will not happen here. We
Yeah.
put this going back to the ministry. So like if we're not involved fully, there is no need. So I feel that we're becoming and the union should really be fully respected and involved because
I agree.
like me, herself, the president, Zubin, like all of these people have really this past time that we've been behind the scenes, they have worked, my love. They have worked so hard and connected without being lifted. I'm being honest.
You
That's the
guys
honest
did a
truth.
great
That's
job
how it
over
is.
there. Madam Vice President.
So, like he said, though we've been there, but we kind of treat it like a new baby
Yeah.
because there are a lot of things that wasn't done the right way. So we're trying to see how things we can do it better this time around. It is not easy. I
Mm-hmm.
know that one for sure.
Yeah.
It's not going to take us this year or next year probably,
It's a
but
gradual
it's
process.
a process that
Yeah.
we're gonna have to work towards it. That's why we are setting a very high standards
Mm.
for those pageants that are coming from after the ban because we want to make sure we are in line with what was written on paper.
Hmm. Sorry, guys.
So if you are pageant out there
Got
listening
it. That's what you want to
or
ask.
pageant out there, start preparing because we are not
Exactly.
just looking at physical beauty.
Mhm.
We want a queen that we bullied and crowded and out there to represent the real work and blue of
Mm-hmm.
Mama Liberia
Oh yeah.
to the
A very old
best.
country
Yeah,
will represent.
yeah, sure. So that's the kind of point we're looking forward to breeding. In line, we're also trying to see how best we could come up the pageant academy of Liberia that will start like
Yeah, that's
breeding
amazing.
on young ladies who have the passion
Yeah,
for pageantry and through the academy once we gradually be able to align
obviously.
with our international pageant to see
Mm.
how best we can represent Liberia out there.
Okay,
Most
so no,
definitely.
I agree with that
Right.
because no one's up on it like me so but I mean I actually agree with that. It just reminds me of when we had some of these different singing competitions. And recently I was very nostalgic with Project Fam because I see, people bringing back old videos. So okay, I would not go to Project Fam, even though we're not paid for this, but I'll mention them. The Empty Yellow Star, right? What to do with the academy? You have someone who has the talent for music. So you go there and you have different coaches, you have trainers who will be able to help you
Mm.
to actualize your potential. And at the end of the day, you're not just going on stage to do some nonsense. No, you go in there prepared. So this whole thing about this academy, I know it is a long term thing at the end of the day, but I hope it is going to materialize again because as I said, we know how to say beautiful thing in your country. I'm not lying to you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's the problem, and that would be really really okay, because some people think pageantry is something that's crazy. So you don't have smart people, you don't have professional people to be a part of it, and when you have some mothers whose children are having interest in it, they have something you know devastating or derogatory to say about it. Oh, la that area you go with this and that. So this will be like a new standard where it's not just about you can do the work, you look nice, but you're going to learn along the way how to answer the best of questions, how to represent. So this is really great. I happy that I think you're doing tomorrow, but I mean, we're going, we're going
We are
to,
very
yeah, we're going to get there. Like so much, so we're going to get there. So I know I'm supposed to answer this. Oh, do we have Miss Liberia inside the competition? Do we have it inside? Oh, you guys might have the authority to speak to that.
Um,
for
Do we expect it anytime soon?
we're
yes.
pushing LNTA to make sure that we have it home
Yeah.
Okay.
because it has been
Oh
forever.
yeah,
And
yes,
that's one
forever.
of the biggest questions we always ask online when it's Miss
Mhm.
Liberia, when it's Miss
When
Liberia.
when is it?
So we trying like we've done other policy, but the Miss Library, we're still
Yeah.
trying to review the policy, and we want to make sure that when the criteria and everything for the next Miss Library is up, we want to see our master students applying. We want to see PhD students
And the thing that
applying.
won't be here.
So that's the kind of standard,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Exactly. I don't
behind
want
the
you. I am a
Miss Library.
student, senior student at the no, no, no. I'm sorry, but I don't want that.
Like I said, we are becoming. So
Yeah.
honestly, like you just said, there's a policy that is being revealed for Miss Liberia, and honestly, when the criteria has been put out there, we want people like some people like these people to
I beg
apply.
you.
Not being on their friend is
Eh, eh, eh,
I
eh,
want
eh,
Yeah, all the factors,
yeah,
like,
you
all
see, we want
that.
people because now, like, if the stigma are there, we will have people that will
Oh no.
represent us internationally. And I want to just clarify something. Now, this pageant is involving Miss Universe. There's no requirement. Every married women, a woman can contest. So
Oh
we're
yeah, I
looking
love
because
it.
pageant now
I love
is a
it.
leadership platform. If you are
Exactly.
Miss like for example, if you're a job for 1 year to work, not
You have,
just to
no, you
get
have
a
to work.
thank you for that.
That's
Yeah.
a
So Miss
job.
Universe is a job. So
Mhm.
you're applying for a job. So we
It's a
need
job.
people are and career oriented, people who want to kind of like make a positive impact in the society and the community. So now it's like our mindset is shifting to bring it back to Liberia. So Miss Liberia, who wants me I say, listen, I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm a TV host. Like you not just want anybody to say I'm a model. Yeah, you get me a model, but want something
But
beyond that. So
yeah,
when you have like your close to interview, you killed it.
you can learn to
Give
walk,
somebody distinction to
but you
judge.
cannot learn to be intelligent.
Thank you.
So we don't just want people who know how to walk. We need
Mhm.
people who are
That's
intelligent.
why NTA is saying every week they say the entire policy make me
Exactly.
sweet. Yeah, when next me like bro, will not be pecking with because like bro, put it.
For real.
This
Oh my
might not be
god.
beautiful, but people like how people be on that.
You know how many
So you see my
farmers
life
get
farm,
it?
but
Oh, nah, no, for real.
right?
This country is crazy.
It's really, really
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
So do you guys have, because all this thing about being bullied on the social media of the social media, we have laws. So do you guys have something in place to protect the coins? Because usually you have some of these coins, and one of the people, the most beautiful girl in Liberia, she has gone through that a lot. And
Yeah.
just the other day, I was having a whole long conversation. I took like an hour just to talk about, what she's experiencing and all those different things. We see these young coins they're going to win, and you also have Liberians to bully them, even though when you put some of them on the stage, they're unable to do what these young girls, are able to give us. So, do you have something in place that will be able to protect, like something that's legal, where when you have a coin to be, emotionally abused, because that's what they're doing is more, they're not showing enough. Yeah. So, is there something in place the way you're saying you're becoming, you probably get legal department
So
who
obviously,
beg
like that's
you
why the policy that is being
like
looked at, these things are being put
yes.
in place. But even when I was coming here, honestly, I thought about that because, for example, I would say that Alexa is not beautiful. I say beauty lies in our beauty.
Yeah.
Just because the thing about Liberia,
Like
thank you.
you.
They don't.
They
Or
don't
if you're
yes.
not popular, if
Yes.
you're in the space or circle of
Yes.
friends,
They quick.
so they bully you, right?
Yes.
Because now, like for example, that pageant, the pageant she won most beautiful girl. Apparently, you think it's the physical beautiful. After that pageant, it's not
Forget
more
about physical.
physical.
That girl is fun.
I mean, now because next thing people
What
will
is
say
that
maybe
own
because you last
definition of
you're not
beauty?
beautiful.
Yeah, it
You
is
know my
just a
friend?
title.
Yes.
Title, in fact.
Maybe because you
Yeah.
last you're not beautiful. Last what am I beauty is my intelligence. My beauty is my humanity.
Oh
My
yeah.
beauty is so it's like obviously they are looking at all these aspects because now in library also we need to also create awareness for all of us as
We
young
need
people
to.
or as
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
There is something that I really believe for I believe in counsel culture and redemption culture. If you go online, it's just something that's inappropriate. You should be
Exactly.
counseled on that. You
We
call to mind your sins and
exactly.
you be redeemed. Because there are young people, older people, 40-year-old men you go first are just 25. When they
And
say because she beautiful,
you have a big
think
platform.
you should be
Costa did.
counseled.
Yeah, Costa did a very bad job
You
with
see,
that.
you should
In
be
that,
counseled just because you're a young girl or you feel like, oh, she's not in your friend circle. Obviously, that girl, when you're a pretty daughter
oh
or
no,
pretty
you
lady,
want
you
to.
not say what you see there
Yes,
online, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like we should also say that ourselves, young people, as Liberian, as citizens, listen, there are limit to what you say online to people,
Yeah.
not just video queens, but just people in
Yeah.
general. There are limit to how you comment on people and stuff on social media. So we should also learn to counsel some people.
Oh yeah. And
And then
and,
if
and
they call the there's maybe redemption culture, redeem
exactly.
them. exactly. So that's it. So we
So
can only try, but we don't
people
have
cannot
control over
right,
everybody. That's
right.
why as women, as trying to say, listen, if me would know that if you attack it, we don't want to come and say, listen, what if in the for example, if you say people like attack it, and the first one,
Yeah, yeah,
that's where I would.
yeah.
But as Okon actually we like she said, the everything once your partner be registered. Because if your partner registered,
Yeah,
you
you
get
will not have
based on I don't know say
yeah,
to
la
protect
bloody
that blood, they will do anything.
yeah.
Yeah, but as like parents that learn better and do better, come here and learn to despise women who put themselves out there. Every sitting here is not easy,
No, it is
right?
not.
You despise them, they could be your mom, your niece, and whatever. Yeah.
So before we leave, what exactly would you like to say as your closing comments individually? Because we're already out.
So we're encouraging pageant organizers because we know now this young people are going a lot within that space to do what is right. That is get to LETA or get to pageant union so that you have your pageant register before going forward with it. Uh, we are asking because we want to safeguard everyone, the organizer and the contestants. So we want people to do what is right for all of us to be safe. And we also encourage people out there to promote and support video queens, not to or tear them down. Because it's not easy thing to say on that platform to even say I am this or that. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
you're
So
funny.
exactly. So when they see all those young women out there, they should know that they have been through a lot and they are coming on that stage. It's not an easy thing. So they should try to support them instead of trying to tear them down. And we also encourage the companies to also support or the pageant industry because there are a lot of companies organizers we reach out to. Some of them know that they have social corporate responsibility,
Hmm.
but they will choose not to support this event. And it's a two-way thing, right? Because we pageant organizers also support the companies in a positive way. So another thing is we're also encouraging organizers that are hosting events to protect the queen. So when we say protect those queens, meaning you shouldn't allow the queen come out there and say anything without properly grooming
Oh
them
yeah,
behind the scene. Because at the end of the day, it's not just the queen, it's also bad for your entity or your
they
organization,
need to be
whatever you want
media
to say.
trained.
You have to
Yeah.
train those things. So that's one of the things we're trying to encourage pageant organizers to partner with the Liberia Pageant Academy to make sure that the kings and queens have proper education and they are well nurtured before going out there in the public space.
Okay.
That's
Now
great. So
go to
for
you.
my everything, but I'll just say thank you first of all to Prayer FM. So we miss like Alexa Vanjahkollie for my county. Love that. But then as well, I would like to say thank you to the parents that really believe in their children's vision to support them because it takes a parent to support a child
Oh yeah.
vision, especially knowing that pageant have a lot of stigma, negative stigma in Liberia.
Hmm.
Then I want to use the opportunity to say to the community leaders, to sponsors, to just anybody when somebody reach out to you for sponsorship, help them. We are creating a leader. We're not paying her, she was into
Oh yeah,
pageantry
she
since
was,
before
and she
politician.
was a
So
firebrand leader as well.
promote their views, their opinions, and just their vision to become the next big thing in Liberia. And officially, the pageant union don't keep on doing what you're doing, keep evolving, and also a big thank you to all pageant trainers. Most of them are behind the scenes. You don't see them, but they are the ones who invest in these young women and men to become who they are today. So thank you to all of them. Keep evolving, keep promoting, and thank you to everybody for supporting pageantry in Liberia.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. Just listen to the voice of Secretary General of Pageantry Union of Liberia. As you're on, you listen to the Vice President as well. It has been a very good time here with us on Freedom 87.9 FM. And pageant is back. So, of course, we're back and we're going to be back again. So, in the next couple of weeks, just expect that we'll have pageant people in the studio. You know exactly how to do it. But thank you so much for being here. And the next time you listen to me, it will be probably Freedom Hub to talk politics. But thank you so much. My name is Princess Alexa, Vanjahkollie, and it has been a good time. Bye.